Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the 327th Star Corps Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Remember, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. It is a great way to help out the channel. But back to the video. This set was released on August the 1st of 2025 at an original retail price of $44.99 USD, officially making this the most expensive battle pack in LEGO Star Wars history. It is given set number 75431, is rated for ages 7 and up, and has 258 pieces, which gives this an original price per piece of 17 cents. Included in this set is 7 minifigures. You get 4 of the 327th troopers and 3 super battle droids. On the side of the box, you get that same image of the ATRT. Taking a look at the back of the box, you get to see everything displayed in a different manner. Opening up your box is quite an easy experience. Simply push in these 2 pull tabs and pull to reveal the contents of your box. Inside of your box, you will find a total of 3 numbered bags, a relatively small sticker sheet for the set, and lastly, you get 2 separate instruction manuals, one per faction. And here we have your first look at the final product. It does hurt me to say that this is actually a pretty fun set, but that price tag of $45 is absolutely outrageous, and we will get into some comparisons later on in the video. But before we dive into any of that or the set itself, we need to talk about the minifigure lineup. In this set, you get 4 327th troopers as well as 3 super battle droids. Our first minifigure is the B2 Super Battle Droid. I am incredibly grateful that LEGO brought these back in 2024 and is continuing the trend of putting them in sets in 2025. Now this is the exact same one that we got in 2024 in January in the Clone Trooper vs Battle Droid Battle Pack. And in case you were curious what the older Super Battle Droid looked like, it was just a lot less defined. Now like I mentioned, you do get 4 of these Clone Troopers, and the only differences between them is the accessories that they have. Now these figures have some incredibly detailed printing throughout their torso, the back of their torso, and on the helmet. You may have also noticed that they included the new rangefinder piece in this set. Now before the August wave, the only way to get this new rangefinder piece was to purchase the UCS Jango Fett's Fire Spray class gunship, which released on May the 1st of 2025 at a retail price of $300, making this piece incredibly expensive on the aftermarket, selling for around $10. Hopefully the release of this set and the playscale version of Jango Fett's Starship reduces the price dramatically. Now this set also introduced a brand new accessory for Clone Trooper, being a plastic molded pauldron. Now this is a hard plastic piece, so it has absolutely no give to it whatsoever. But it is still a rather slender piece. It doesn't take up too much space, and it doesn't limit movement too much going forward, but if you go backwards, you do limit the range of motion. And here it is side by side with Captain Rex's cloth pauldron that we saw in the UCS vendor, and Captain Rex's Y-Wing microfighter. Now one of the accessories you get in this set is a brick-built stud launcher cannon. Now these things are okay, they're nothing fancy, but it is a nice little play feature for children, and for those of you who do not know how they work, you simply push down on this little gray handle and it fires out a stud. Moving on to one of our primary builds, we have the Spider Droid, and this thing looks absolutely incredible. They've definitely improved building spider droids over the years, this one being their absolute best. Now while each leg does have 4 points of articulation, the primary joint is the one here at the top, and then you have these 2 at the bottom. This is where a lot of your motion comes from. Now you can't do any crazy poses, but it is pretty standard issue for a spider droid. The front cannon on the spider droid also does move up and down to allow some posing there. And lastly, we get to talk about the new ATRT in this set. And this one, I think this one is very nice. Now you can do a standard issue feature like putting a minifigure inside the driver's seat, and you can in fact make them hold the handlebars of the ATRT. Now on the back of the ATRT, they do include 2 storage spaces for accessories, so if you wanted to use the minifigure that comes with the blaster and the binoculars, you do have 2 storage spaces, or you could just put 2 blasters on the back. Now on the front of the ATRT, they do include a stud launcher, and it works just as intended. Simply push the handle and it fires it off. I think this is a neat little play feature for children. I definitely understand the arguments that it looks ugly and it should just be some guns on the front. I totally get that. But this part of the ATRT just isn't a make it or break it thing for me. There are 3 points of articulation in the legs, allowing you to move them around quite a bit. The problem is if you try and pose it like this, it just falls right over. Just because you have the points of articulation doesn't mean that it is incredibly posable. The only way for it to truly stand up is to have it posed exactly like this. The antenna on the back of the ATRT is movable, so if you would like to do that, you absolutely can. Now, the entire sticker sheet is dedicated to the ATRT, and the yellow actually matches the yellow of the brick quite well, so these stickers aren't terrible. And these two on the front, they're not terrible either in terms of color matching. My only complaint is that it is a little bit tedious to line that up, because otherwise it just wouldn't look right. Now, for the driver's seat of the ATRT, you do in fact get a printed part for the control panel. Now, bringing out the 501st Battle Pack ATRT, you can see that there is a pretty decent downsizing happening here. Now, price aside, I am in fact a fan of this downsizing because it's getting closer and closer to minifig scale. Now, keep in mind, this is the downsizing that happens over a period of 5 years, and that does scare me a little to see what's going to happen in the future. Now, this set is $45, which is outrageous to me, especially when it feels like this set is just missing something significant here. Now, this set was originally supposed to include a little bit of scenery from Felucia. This little piece of scenery was included in the original leaks, and a former LEGO designer, Nathan Clark, actually pieced it together and released the instructions for free over on his Instagram, which I will have linked in the description below. And this scenery included this little bin with a thermal detonator inside, and it also included some Bacta on top of it. Now, does this take this set up to $45? I don't think so. Now, this little scenery build would have added a total of 22 pieces, taking this up to a 280 piece set, which only takes the price per piece down to 16 cents. And even if you added other things like an additional minifigure, an additional side build like a stap, I still don't think you get close to $45. At maximum, if you included all these things on screen, I think this would firmly put you at the $30 mark. Now, if you put this set side by side with the likes of the Clone Trooper vs. Battle Droid Battle Pack from 2024, you can just see the wild difference in terms of value for your money. Now, just doing a good old-fashioned eyeball test, the left is $30, the right is $45. Which one gives you better value for your money? At least in my opinion, I feel like the 2024 Battle Pack is a better value for your money, but let's actually look at what you get. Like we mentioned earlier, this new Battle Pack comes with a total of 7 minifigures, 4 clones, and 3 battle droids, versus the 2024 Battle Pack that comes with 4 clones and 5 battle droids. Now sure, that is only 2 more battle droids, but when it comes down to value, the more you get for the less money, the better. With the new Battle Pack, you get a total of 3 builds, and with the old one, you get a total of 5 if you count the little turret and the little box. At least to me, I don't see a single reason why LEGO should be charging $15 more for this new Battle Pack. It just seems ridiculous to me. Now, this Battle Pack was designed to go hand in hand with the Battle on Felucia Separatist MTT, which don't worry, that is going to get its own separate review where I will go ahead and talk about that expensive price tag. But how well do these sets work as a combo? I think they work great together. I am personally a big fan of playing with my LEGO, so the fact that we get to recreate a nice little battle scene is super fun to me, and I had a blast playing with all of these things. But getting these two sets together is going to run you $205 before sales tax. But there's another set you could throw in here to actually make an even bigger battle, and that's the 2024 Battle Pack, and make a massive battle. This is fun. I like when you can combine sets like these together. To me, this is one of the joys of collecting LEGO. I can combine a bunch of my different sets together to form a big battle for me to play around with. Let me know what you would combine this set with. So what are my thoughts on the set, and is it worth picking up at the retail price of $45? Let's get one thing clear. No, this set is definitely not worth $45 US. It pains me to say that I think 20 and even 30% is not a steep enough discount to actually start army building the set. I really think you have to shoot for 40% off before even considering it. This set is just extremely lacking in builds. It's also lacking in the quantity of figures. You could argue day and night about the quality of figures, although I think the quality of the figures is just fine. These look great. But one thing is clear, do not purchase this set at $45. which is just a shame because that Spider Droid is the best one we've received in a long time, and that ATRT is the best one we have ever received since the 2017 Turbo Tank. I give this set a 7 out of 10 for all the reasons I laid out in this video. But that is all I have to say on this set. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this video helpful for your purchasing decisions. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on this set and more in the comments section down below. Join our community Discord, the link is in the description, and remember, stay bricked up and enjoy what you love.